Well, folks, I've got a couple of phones to show you today. I've got a Nokia 9300, looks like that, and a Nokia E62. These are two discontinued phones that are largely extinct in today's iPhone-centric world. And they're just a reminder of what portable communications used to be. Just how clunky and how inefficiently designed phones were prior to the touchscreen days. Not to say that these physically button-prone phones were a bad thing, because I personally would prefer to control my phone with actual buttons that serve a single purpose. But as phones evolved into smartphones, having all of these buttons became something of a nuisance, because there were more and more buttons crammed on ever smaller and smaller devices. So it was a natural progression towards the touchscreen era, because every screen has completely different sets of buttons and controls that should be controlled instantly by appearing on screen. I think the Nokia E62 is the last of that generation, because that particular design survives to this day in the form of Blackberries, and was once shared with the the Palm Trio series. Let's take a look at, I think I'm going to do this in ascending order from earliest to latest. The first one I'm going to show you is the Nokia 9300. Before we look at the actual phone, we're going to take a look at the specs. I got these specifications from a website called gsmarena.com. It is dedicated to GSM phones. In the US, any of these GSM phones can be used on the AT&T or T-Mobile networks. At the time these phones were produced, Singular was one of the bigger GSM carriers in the U.S. I believe it was absorbed by AT&T or T-Mobile. I'm not sure which one. I think it might have been actually T-Mobile. But Singular was a big deal up here. I remember all of my friends had Singular phones, and one of them had a Sony Ericsson phone. Imagine that. Actually, no, it was before the Sony acquisition. It was an Ericsson, just an Ericsson phone, and he had Singular. Nevertheless, let's take a look. We have a phone that supports GSM 900, 1800, and 1900. I have a burning suspicion that this might be a global model, which means it supports 900, 18, and 19, because the US model supports GSM 850. Although I can't tell at this time which version I have. I believe these phones actually came from Canada and were originally property of Nokia or one of its business partners. And I'll tell you why later. Very interesting. And now it's third quarter of 2004. So we're dealing with a phone that is at least 10 years old. And it's amazing how much things have changed in those 10 years. A full QWERTY keyboard, a 65,000 color TFT display, 640 by 200 resolution, 4 inches. We have 80 megabytes of internal RAM. Internal storage for multimedia files and photos, etc. And it runs on Symbian version 7, Series 80, with the user interface version 2.0. 150 megahertz ARM 925T processor, and the browser is based on WAP HTML, XHTML, and I believe was designed by Opera. I'm reading that correctly. Phone does not include Wi-Fi, and it has no internal camera. Yes, folks, there was a time when phones didn't have cameras. Most of you younger people will be like, what? LOL, OMFG. Yes, it's true. My first, 5 phones didn't have cameras. And I wish my current one didn't either. But that's a story for another day. Alright. Oh, it actually has a lithium polymer 970 milliamp hour battery. Cool. But as you can see, it's new in the box. Brand new, never used. All there. Everything is there. Take a look at this 2004 era packaging. You've got the stereotypical housewife or socialite, just, probably texting her friends. I bet, the Olive Garden, and apparently they have, little lilacs on the table, and I'm just being a socialite. And I got my pearl necklace and my douchebag haircut, and I'm just, living the dream right here. My husband works, apparently he works in New York and drinks lattes, drives a BMW, doesn't use his blinker, and he's on his phone all the time. That's what I get from that picture, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, let's open the box. Okay, we're greeted by the Quick Start Guide. Look at that. The unopened software for Windows XP. Actually, it's not even sealed. Probably for Windows XP, does it say? 2005, it would be obviously Windows XP compatible, but it's never been installed, so who gives it? Warning! Do not connect the cable or cradle to a computer until you have first finished installing the Nokia PC Suite software on your... Sealed user's guide. Not that it would be opened anyway, nobody ever opens those. A brand new 128 megabyte multimedia card. Look at that. It's actually pretty impressive for 2004. Well, not really, but considering this phone probably cost $1,500, I'd say that's not too bad. Of course, power supply. Brand new headset. Look at that. Look at that. That is one hell of a headset. Got a USB cable. We've got the handset, and we even have a cradle. Look at that. You don't see those anymore. I mean, really, how many phones today have a freaking cradle? I can't think of any, to be honest. So, let's take a look at what smartphone technology was like in 2004. Because it was never used, and I'm not taking any of this off because I'm going to be selling this pretty soon, and I want it to be as new condition, so I can't take the tape off. But I did charge the battery for the first time, and it held the charge just fine. So we're going to turn it on. There it goes. Has a backlit keypad. Now, if you were to make and or receive a phone call, this is how you would do it. Hello, just like that. Hold it up to your head just like you would any phone handset. But if you want to get wild, if you really want to have a good time, here's how you do it. You just open it up to reveal a fully functional pocket computer. What's cool about this phone is it actually includes an Office-compatible productivity suite. I believe it mimics Excel, Word, maybe even PowerPoint. I don't know how it would function in that PowerPoint mode, but actually, maybe I'm wrong. So, what's really funny? Well, we'll talk about that later. A lot of stuff to cover later. I believe this actually has Bluetooth support. Does it? Yes, it does. Bluetooth 1.1. And this is the desktop right here. Let me get it brighter. There we go. And you can see you've got your document folder, your Office folder, your media, tools. Let's take a look at Office. Of course, we're going to use this 5-way control stick. And we're going to just navigate over to Office and click. There's Documents, it does have it. Yep, okay. So this is the word processor that I'm trying to load. There we go. And I can now start typing, at full QWERTyness. Hello. My name is B. Bishops. Whoops. It's actually a nice little keyboard. PCM. Look at that. Isn't that cool? The keypad is backlit, I believe, if I hit the function key. If there is a function key. I think I hit CHR and then spacebar. Nope, 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 nope. No, not quite. Where's the function key? Help me find the function key. I don't know where it is. But I believe if I press the spacebar with the function key depressed, it should... Oh, it just changes the screen brightness. Oh, okay. There we go. Just like that. I thought it had a backlit keyboard. Boy, am I stupid. Of course, it has infrared data transmission. So there we go. Hello, my name is BBISHOPPCM, and I've typed that on my brand new phone. I do not want to save the changes, so I'm going to discard them. Bye-bye. Okay. Actually, it looks better on camera in darker mode. Presentations. So you could make your PowerPoint slides while you're on the go. Pretty cool. I know that when I read the... sorry, the screen's flickering on camera, but it doesn't do that in real life. Just so you know. It has, yeah, full compatibility with Microsoft Office. At least that's how they advertised it. Data sync, backup, data transfer, device manager, help, cell broadcast. Not really sure what that does. It can serve as a modem. There would have been a dongle you could plug into it, and then you'd plug it into your laptop, and you could actually surf the web through your cell phone, which is an interesting concept because it doesn't use any data. Think about that. It doesn't use any data. You could actually use this as a modem by dialing, you know, whatever your ISP is. Just dial your ISP through the cell phone using your minutes. Which back in those days, they didn't really have unlimited minute plans. So it may sound like a great idea, like, hey, I could do that with my iPhone and use it, you know. No. Because it used minutes, which were very costly back in those days. If I recall, my first cell phone was in 2002. I had a track phone, and it was about 50 cents a minute to use that phone. That went fast, trust me. If I had an actual contract, it would have cost me a little bit less, probably about 5, maybe even 10 cents a minute, but that's still a lot of money. People didn't use their cell phones like they do today, back in those days. Some did, but they had money to back it up. Really not much else to show you. Let's take a look at the settings panel, and then we'll move on. I'm going to go into this little button that looks like the yin and yang symbol. It switches over the menu, I think. Maybe not. No, I guess not. Oh, there. That's actually the sync button. Shows what I know. Let's see. The desk button brings me back to the home screen. Oh, that's a note that I must have started. I'm going to hit delete note on that. Boom. And let's see. Oh, if I hit desk, it does that anyway. It's a little notepad. Pretty cool. I like that. I think my iPhone does that too. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what we got here. And I kind of wonder if these early plans even included data, because maybe it all went over the it transferred data over, you know, an actual cell phone call, probably at a data rate of 56 or 33.6K. Not bad. I mean, it wasn't really a lot of data, though. Anywho, what else can I show you? So let's try to turn it off, which seems to be a difficult task because I believe you have to press a button on the front home screen. Now the home screen, it appears to be in black and white. No, it's color. It is color. I'm going to shut it down. Try to. But it's still on. Help me. Help you. Okay. So that right there covers the Nokia 9300. And like I said, I can sell this It's worth about $170 today in this condition, possibly more, because people are buying up the unlocked GSM phones so they can activate them on T-Mobile under a prepaid account or any other GSM carrier, which is pretty cool. You can still do that. And if you bought this phone, you would have an actual vintage phone in brand new condition, and you'd be the envy of all your friends, I guess. But to me, a vintage phone is like the Nokia 5000 series. I mean, those are old, and they're cool. I had one, brand new, purchased through the track phone dealer, which was at Walmart, I believe, at the time. And I actually used that phone for quite a while before I got rid of it. I loved it. It was awesome. It was simple. It was a phone. That's all it was. So, there you go, the Nokia 9300, brand new in box. First time it's ever really been used. I mean, it's never been activated. And it could be yours. No. Actually, if you are serious about buying one of these, they are on eBay. There's quite a few right now. And pretty soon this will be on there as well, because I have no intentions of keeping it around, just so it can depreciate even more. So, wait for our next video, which will feature the next step up, the Nokia E62. And that is more of a BlackBerry style phone, and we'll talk a little bit about that one. And what's in the mystery box is coming. Come back.